Hey, Debbie Holloway here. I did an all-company webinar yesterday on the basic foundations for building your business for 2022. And I had some feedback from people that surprised me. And the feedback was not the content or what I did, but just how down they feel, like stressed and depressed, and it's gray out there and the grass is brown and it's really cold and there's a lot of snow on the ground and all kinds of things like that, which really surprised me because I didn't think about it that light. But it struck me. I can remember doing a talk, gosh, this is several years ago. So I'm going to share this with you. If you're feeling not so great, like things may be stressed a little bit or you're not feeling good, take like your cup of coffee. Those of you from Kentucky will recognize this. Take a cup of coffee, take your bottle of water, and just hold it. Just hold it. Hold your cup of coffee. If you're listening or watching this, just pick it up, and I want you to hold it. Now, how much does it weigh? Well, you could probably think of a lot of different answers to how much does this coffee cup weigh. It's got coffee in it. But if you're only holding it for just a few minutes, it doesn't feel heavy at all, does it? But what if I had you hold it for an hour? Would it feel like a lot heavier? Would your hand start to droop a little bit? What if I said you have to hold that full cup of coffee or full bottle of water all day? We'd probably have to call an ambulance because your arm would lock up. This thing would start to feel so incredibly heavy that you can't even imagine how you held it as long as you did. Well, think about this. Isn't that what stress is all about? Isn't this how we handle our stress, our anxiety, the burdens, the issues, the problems, all of that? All of that just gets heavier and heavier and heavier the longer you hold on to it. I want you to think about that thought. What if you stopped, set that cup down, and released all of that negativity that you're feeling for a little bit? Think about it. Just consider this cup or this bottle of water, all of the stress and anxiety that you're feeling, and set it down. Well, it's easy for me to say, but it's not always easy to do. See, I look at it like this. The problem isn't the problem. And you all have heard me say this before. The problem's not the problem. The problem's our attitude towards the problem. You know, some days you're the pigeon and some days you're the statue. Some of you will get that. Some days you're the pigeon, some days you're the statue. The problem's not the problem. It's our attitude towards it. What's your attitude towards a tough market in real estate right now? What's your attitude towards my business isn't where I want it to be? What's your attitude towards I don't have enough time in the day? See, all of those are problems. All of those are excuses or concerns or challenges, and whatever you want to call it. How do you handle it? Because how you handle it, how long you hold on to that problem is going to directly affect your health and your business. I don't care what business you're in. It's going to affect both. What's your attitude? What if you just simply said, because hey, maybe we can't just stop and take a vacation. What if you just simply said, you know what? I'm going to sit for a second. I'm going to meditate, or I'm going to just simply, because I got to tell you, I've never been good at meditation. That's a great affirmation, isn't it? I need to get better at that. But just sit for a second and close your eyes and breathe and just say to yourself, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. I do that at night when I go to bed because my mind is racing. And I just keep saying, breathe to myself, breathe in, breathe out, and I fall asleep. I'm forcing my mind not to think about all the craziness going on in it, not to think about all the stress. You can do it anytime during the day. You don't have to fall asleep on it. You just have to take a few minutes, breathe in, and just think when I'm breathing out, I'm releasing. I volunteer at a local organization called Horse Sensing. This gal's amazing, Sally Ambroder. And they do horse therapy for veterans, for addictions. And there was a women's group there last week that I had the good fortune to be able to go and volunteer, which is kind of helping others and being around horses are my two favorite things. And she did an exercise before we began the therapy part. She said, everybody take in a deep breath and lift your arms up high over your head. And then release them and let the breath out. And we did that a few times. And then she said, I want you to do it now, and I want you to bend forward and then just shake your arms like a monkey. So what it does is that shaking your arms like that is releasing that tension. And then the best one, and I challenge you all to do this, breathe in and lift your arms up. And then when you breathe out, you bend over, you shake your arms, and you make that sound like an elephant or like a horse. I know this probably sounds silly, and I know I probably look stupid to you, but we all deal with stress. This is not something that's just mine or yours. Take some time to think about it. It's not the problem, it's our attitude. Deep breaths, blow it out, make that sound like a horse does. Whatever it takes, do a few of those. It does help clear your mind. You're gonna be stressed. No matter what you do in life, things happen. People get stressed. Liz, you know, you've dealt with stress in your life. Betsy, the same thing with you. Bottom line is, it's how you handle the stress. So I encourage you to watch this again and think about breathe in, breathe out, and what you're going to do to alleviate the stress. Because again, it's not the problem. It's our attitude towards it. You gals make it a great day.